All right, guys. It's been a good day so far. I mean, it was a good night. Let's just talk about that. Tesla earnings were insane on just about every level you can imagine. I mean, we had Elon Musk hinting about flying automated cars at the end of the call. So we'll go over some of that. We're up almost 14% on the day so far for Tesla. That's not the only thing, though. We've got Bitcoin bouncing, but let's just stick with Tesla. The narrative behind it is completely changed, completely and utterly. So if we look over here, this is kind of fascinating. So we have an inverse head and shoulders pattern that can send us a lot higher. And when I mean a lot higher, I mean a lot higher. So we're already up here. So let me just move this line a little bit, because it's just hard to realize how far it's already come. But yeah, we went from here to here, but the measured move is near 500. So get ready for that. I think that's coming, and just like, I don't know. I thought it was going to take at least another half a year to a year to really get the push. And I was wrong. I underestimated Tesla. Not really a good thing to do. I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. Luckily, I didn't underestimate it too much, because I've got a little over, I think this morning, $1 million in options. So it's going to be all right. I'm not going to cry about it. But again, this company is changing the world. And Elon is changing the world in so many different ways. And we just got another taste of that last night. And it's fun. It's going to be a good time. Bitcoin actually did a perfect bounce off the fib over here. Didn't even get to peak volumes. Bounced off the fib. Got above this weekly layer of resistance. Turned into support. And now is looking like maybe on the daily it wants to close above that. which would be a beautiful move. Just letting us know that Bitcoin is ready to go higher. I'm tired. Jesse looks happy. I'm tired. I'm tired. I didn't sleep much last night. I just it just blew me away how good that earnings report was, and so I'm a little exhausted, if I'm going to be honest. All right, trading economics. I'm going to go on a hike after we're done here. So let's look at trading economics. Let's do the daily here real quick, because we do have economic data that's coming out in 12 minutes that we should probably talk about. There's other stuff to talk about too. Again, manufacturing composite for India, the services, all of that. It looks like services were down slightly, higher than previous, but forecast, they were just a hair underneath of it. Probably not too big of a deal. Still in expansion territory. Anything above 50 is good, right? Manufacturing PMI, 57.4, 0.1 higher than forecast. So India's not falling apart today. India also let Putin at their summit know there was a DDoS attack against them too. But with China and Russia there, Modi from India let them know that they shouldn't be trying to replace the West. So he was nice to them and courteous as usual. Again, a part of BRICS, but he let them know that they shouldn't try and change the world order, which is fascinating, because I would argue that it's not just China, Iran, and Russia that are trying to change the world order. So really interesting stuff. In Germany, we have the manufacturing PMI at 42.6. That is in contraction territory, but it's still better than the consensus of 40.8 and the forecast of 40.6. So we can't hate it. We'll skip the composite because it's a composite. Services in Germany, 51.4. Better than expected. Expansion territory, they were only expecting 50.6. So not bad data around the world. U.S. building permits, 1.425 million, lower than expected. Is that a surprise to anybody when the mortgage rate jumps by over 75 bips in less than a month? I would say no. I wouldn't be looking for a mortgage right now. I'd be waiting for that thing to top out and roll over, which I think is what they're doing. Mexico, we've got mid-month core inflation. Isn't that fun? They do mid-month. Why not, right? 3.87. The consensus was 3.82. The forecast was 3.9. I actually want to dial into this real quick, though, because I want to show a trend. I want to show a trend of really low inflation, near levels that are historic, or I should say are historically more consistent, right? Outside of 2015, where there was a big lull and they were dropping into the twos. So no inflation in core. Year over year, this one has picked up a little bit, non-core. But if we look over here, I mean, they operated in the 4s and 3s. So one could say this is an historical average too. So nothing too exciting there. What do we have in the United States in 9 minutes? Chicago Fed national activity, jobless data, initial, continuing, 4-week average. We got a Fed talking. I don't even know who Hammock is. I don't think anybody cares. S&P Global for manufacturing services and composite again. New home sales, Kansas Fed will be at 10. I'll probably be gone by then. Honestly, I'll be taking a break. I've earned it. We got the 15 and 30-year mortgages coming in at rates coming in at 11. I don't think those will be a shocker. They'll be higher. 5-year tips auction. Again, these are shorter dated. We care about that. That's going to be interesting. That's at 12. And then at 2 o'clock, Argentinian sales. And I'm very interested to find out about Argentinian sales. I want to go back, though, to this week. I just want to see if we got the economic activity report for Argentina. We did. Okay. So consensus had this at negative 4.9. It ended up coming in. You could tell how off everything is for them. Consensus negative 4.9. Forecast negative 0.5. Significant difference. Came in at negative 3.8. I don't think this is crazy. I'll probably look into it more to see what the details are. I still think this is a bottoming pattern that's getting ready to come up. And I think that that's pretty amazing. You got to remember, they just fired all of their IRS agents, created a new agency, and only hired like a third of the staffing. So Malay is cleaning house. But that's kind of what's on the radar today, guys. We're going to obviously, again, be talking a lot Oh, and somebody mentioned OpenBB. I'm interested about this. I don't know which one of you did that. So this might be an interesting tool. I don't know what kind of alternative it might be to a Bloomberg terminal, and I don't know quite how it works yet. But if you guys know more about this, or if you're one of the people that was talking about it, I would love to know more, if it's worth it and how it works. I can look at the trials and stuff too, but I'm just curious. I mean, people mentioned this before, so I'm just curious. We'll go over other stuff too. Earnings is still looking good. The indices are looking all right. We'll look at heat maps and the watch list and stuff. We'll probably do that a little bit later. We'll go over gold, silver, oil, dollar. Actually, we'll probably go over some of that right now. Let's do that. Let's go over the gold price. It is up 0.86%, but a little bit off of its open high. Rumi says open source BB terminal alternative. Pretty good. Huh, that's fascinating. All right, I'll incorporate that into my 50 windows that I already have going on. I do have another, I have got a 42-inch OLED sitting above me. Don't even use it. Maybe I can hook that up somewhere if I have enough cords, or if my computers can handle it. I do have two computers running at my desk, a Mac and then a Windows one. Maybe I can pull it off. I got a 4090. There's a whole bunch of plugs in the back. Rebecca Pacheco says, I forgot to tell my sister to buy more Tesla last night. Yeah, that's all right. It's up 14% today. Maybe it'll take a break. Oh, no, maybe it won't. But you got to tell everybody to buy Tesla. You got to tell everybody. Rumi says, meet Kevin, well-timed and sold Tesla in July. What a clown. I feel bad for him. I think he's going through a lot. I think this whole thing, and he's had so much more success than I've had, at least as far as viewership. Maybe not so much in his portfolio. But I think it's hard to do this. It's hard to do this. You have people, you have great people, like 99%, especially all the paying members in here. You guys are amazing. You guys are actually really, really supportive and great, right? But he lets all the trash in too. So he's just constantly bombarded with positive and negative, and he's just going a million miles an hour. And then again, he's got the carrot juice issues. He's got a huge family that's been growing massively over the last several years. I actually feel kind of bad for him, man. I think he's probably a really good person. He just needs to slow down and find himself. And you'd think he'd done that. He's got a jet. But just having a jet doesn't mean you found yourself or that you're happy. If there's anything I've learned about money, having a bunch of it doesn't mean you're happy. There's got to be a lot of other stuff that falls into place. Anyway, let's get over here. So gold doing all right. Dollar, we'll check it out. Oh, hey, wow. The magical lines have appeared again. So the dollar rejected roughly where I said it was going to, right over here, where you could see there was previous resistance, where you could see it peaked out over here, where you see it's got some resistance over here, and then more to the other side, and then where it stopped right over here. So the magic lines have worked again. Would it be shocking if the dollar closed under this resistance line on the weekly time frame? No, it wouldn't. That's probably what's going to happen. Congratulations, you heard it here first. The Japanese yen carry trade. Oh, it's not going to unwind this week. It looks like it's down 0.57% for the dollar against the yen. Chinese yuan. Chinese yuan weakening a little bit. China's not going to fall apart today. We've got the USD ruble. Ooh, Russia. Russia. Must not have had a good summit, Russia. Poor Vlad. Somebody see if Vlad's okay. So I do think that war in Ukraine is going to be coming to an end. Even though I almost said Hillary Clinton. Even though Kamala Harris yesterday was literally called, and there's basically a late October effort to turn Trump into a racist Nazi who hates Jews, which is amazing because literally his children's family are Jewish. He was a huge advocate for Israel. Netanyahu, I think, likes him more than any president he's worked with. I don't know what the Democrats are even going for anymore. We might watch that a little bit later. It's really insane to watch the video, guys. It's unhinged. They're unhinged right now. They're working really hard. And then they're like, oh, but these guys were high up, non-political figures in the military. It's like, guys, somebody said it really well on CNBC. They said anything above a 2-star general is a political figure in the military. It's just how it works. And these were people that are disgruntled employees that were fired. And there's people that give accounts that are contrarian to what they're giving. In fact, most of them, right? So when you have that setup, I just don't think it's going to play out well for them. I don't think it's going to play out well for them. So lock her up. I think you meant lock her up, Mr. Nasty. Lock up Kamala. Let's put her away, right? If we can just randomly talk about locking up political opponents, why don't we lock up Joe Biden and why don't we lock up Kamala Harris? Why don't we put them away? Why don't we tell people they're going to be Hitler so people shoot at them? Why don't we do that? Isn't that what we should be doing? Is that the way politics work nowadays? I hope not. Really do. Anyway, I do think that much better things are going to be happening in the near future. I think that Trump is winning everything I'm looking at, guys. We'll look at some polling-related data. Trump is winning across the board. It's over. It's over. They can't win legitimately anymore. And I think the cheat is on. But I don't think it can work. So we'll see how all that goes. Again, though, let's jump over. Well, I guess we looked at Bitcoin. We did that. Let's do this. We'll do the heat map real quick. See what we're looking at. Let's check the 2-year. We're just gonna be all over the place. I'm tired. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Why is this down here again? I swear to God, I have saved this higher. Why does it happen? I saved you again. Stay there. Do not move. I just did this yesterday, yo. JD says Trump winning equals Musk. Dude, yes, that's true. Trump winning equals Musk winning, but I'll make this argument, and I don't think a lot of people are. I think Elon Musk winning equals Trump winning because you got all these people who've been trying to demonize Elon Musk, including Waltz recently on the campaign trail. And now Musk looks like a hero, and it looks like everybody who's been talking negatively about him is wrong. He's catching 20-story, 250-ton buildings. He's literally creating the future. We can look over here, guys. I'm going to pull this up real quick. I think this is important. I'm going to pull this up real quick. So we've got, this profile doesn't exist. That's good to know. We've got this, guys. This is a Barron's online article that was sent today to me in the email. Okay? Tesla's not a car company. Musk's in the business of selling the future. The narrative has completely and utterly flipped. It's over. And Elon Musk's success is going to help Donald Trump. And you're right, JD. Donald Trump's success will help Elon Musk. I think that's almost guaranteed. So I'm very excited about all of that. We do have data. It just came out. Let's listen to it real quick here. I'm just going to hop over. I'm going to refresh some stuff. We'll listen to these yahoos talk, and then I'll tell you what's really happening. Just like normal. Now, let me go back here. Don't even know who this guy is. It's probably a Democrat.
It's the sort of things that become a signal of we're issuing a little too much debt.
Yeah.
I'm not predicting any crisis right now. I'm just saying that we need.
No shit. We're issuing a little too much debt. Guys, breaking news on CNBC. We're issuing a little too much debt. Now you guys know. You heard it here first, okay?
I just hope we don't have to
At least we have Rick Santelli coming soon.
get to a crisis to deal with these situations.
Right.
That's how I think about it. Right?
Sneak peek, I'm looking at the real data down on the bottom. Initial jobless claims are lower than expected. This market's going to go boom.
Love having you in here. Thank you for bringing the ring, showing it off.
No, have any other questions for me?
No, I do. They're wrapping
Did you
us
see
up a bit.
Uncut Gems?
I did, yeah.
Garnett. He's a great actor.
Oh, he's great.
On top of everything. He's very tall.
I know.
Oh, Kamala Harris dropped the ball in the CNN town hall interview. Dude, there are so many. The town halls, guys, I have a video literally from the person at the head of the town hall saying, no, unfortunately, you can't ask questions. We have some already, but hopefully my questions will be some of the ones you were thinking of. So not only has she dropped the ball on pre-configured questions in town halls, she's lost the plot, guys. Yeah, jobless. Yeah, don't spoil it, okay? Don't spoil it. 227 versus 243, prior 242. All looks good.
I've stood next to
Let's listen to our boy Rick Santelli rant about it. It's my favorite part of the day, honestly. He wakes me up.
The other day, he was.
And you're pretty tall.
He was there.
Yeah.
No, not in this environment. I'm sure.
Normal people talk. You're pretty tall. No, I have a million other questions. We're out of time, but if you'll come back, we'd love to have an extended one even before the election.
Okay. Well, let's do that.
Okay.
All right. You got a deal. You and me.
Okay. Glenn,
One on one.
I dream of a parlay like Adam Sandler had in that. Rick Santelli standing by at the CNN in Chicago with breaking economic data. Rick, the numbers, please. 800.
Yeah, well, all you have to do is look at yields. Yields are jumping. And why are yields jumping? Because we expected initial claims to be lower. We have heard.
Oh, he's off today, guys. This is great. I love this. I actually think this is good, but we'll let him go.
Hurricane issues. We have Boeing strike. We have layoffs at Boeing.
Come on, does the Boeing strike really matter? Come on, Rick, buddy, pal. You and I got to hang out sometime. So, does anybody give a shit about the Boeing strike? Can you guys raise your hands virtually? I don't. I don't care. Why do I not care? Because they just had a satellite blow up in space randomly yesterday. They leave astronauts stranded on the International Space Station. They have people falling out of the sky and disappearing into oceans where we can't even find them. It's a dead company, okay? Maybe the new CEO can help, but these guys who are trying to push to strike to get a bunch of extra money, they better not push too hard. Their company's almost dead. It's almost dead. So nobody cares about the Boeing strike. I'm sorry. It just doesn't matter.
Washington State claims should go up, but they're going down. 200.
Oh no, too many people have jobs and they have money to spend. I mean, they're probably all government employees, but is that a bad thing over the short term? I'm going to say no, even if you don't like the politics of who's in office.
227,000 on initial claims. 227,000. That's the lightest since the last week in September. And those last weeks in September were the lightest since May of last year. Excuse me, I'm sorry, May of this year. But continuing claims going the other way. 1,897,000. A whisker shy of 1.9 million.
So that's interesting. Continuing claims are holding on for longer. Again, we talked about this, I think, last week when the data came out that people might find it harder to get jobs. But I think this makes them less likely to quit, too. I think this helps participation rate. There's a lot of things that I think could be good out of this.
That's the highest level, of course.
Will Boeing get bailed out by ALA, GM, and Stellantis? Yeah, great. Wouldn't that be a great thing for the government to do right now? Bail out their constituents and the unions for the Boeing so that they get a bunch more money? Yeah, they probably will.
Since November of 21, and it was in November of 21 the last time we were over 1.9 million. So continuing.
I'm sorry. So we've got Tesla up what now? 14.5%. All right, we got to fix this, guys. We're gonna move some stuff around. We're gonna get Rick up here, and I'm gonna get our ticker going for Tesla because we gotta soak this up and count our money all day. So let's get Rick going here again, and we're gonna put this on the screen to watch all morning.
Claims moving up a bit, but initial claims expected to be higher came in lower. That really is a surprise. I'm not sure what the GPS is on claims. You know, remember, holidays, of course, and certain issues we always need to be aware of. But there's always something going on. The reason we have initial claims is for things like Boeing strikes. But, of course, we always try to pull these things out and rebalance. But it is what it is. And interest rates today, well, there's some notable features. We've had 5 sessions in a row up till yesterday where 10-year note yields and long-dated treasury yields kept surpassing the
To be clear, guys, sorry, Rick, you're a little boring right now. You're just not in your usual state. He needed more coffee this morning, I think. But you know what's exciting to me right now, guys? You know what's exciting to me right now is the call options are probably up 40% this morning that we're in, right? And I had about 850, 900,000 in them before yesterday. So this could be my best day ever. This is set up to be my best day ever. I think there's a chance I could break $400,000 in gains in one day. Personal best. I don't know. That's pretty exciting. Anyway.
previous day's
Hopefully you guys have some personal bests today too.
high yield or under the previous day's low price. In order for that to occur for a 6th straight session, we need to get above 425.5. And
All right, since Rick's boring me about these bonds here, we know the direction of bonds. I've already told you where they're going. So JD says, Jesse, do you go for Tesla insurance or a regular insurance provider? Great question. So Tesla insurance uses the analytics of how you drive to be able to give you really low insurance rates. They probably have some initial too, but the better you drive, the more you use full self-driving, I'm sure they bring your rates down a decent amount. And I'm using full self-driving like a lot. But when I don't use full self-driving, I drive like a madman, like Mad Max, except in the city. So I don't know if I should do that. I don't do that, but that doesn't mean it's not a good deal for you, okay? What do we got here? People talking about stuff. Do the math on your deltas and thetas. Yeah, you could do that. I don't do any of that. I think that's boring as shit. I cheat. I just use the optionsprofitcalculator.com to get my rough ranges. It works really good. It's visual. I'm a visual person. So I like the lazy approach to life. If you can do the lazy approach, I say do it. But that works too. Some people like the math. It's all good. I like easy math. Anders says, gonna be close to a personal best for me. Awesome, Anders. I hope you crush it, man. Dylan, my guess is $40 for the option. What is it even at? I should probably look. We're not going to find out. It'll take till like 9:30. Oh, no, it'll be over 40. It should be over 40 pretty easily. Yeah, it could be 45, dude. Yeah, 40 to 45. You're probably right. Tesla insurance is $100 cheaper for me over USAA. See, I've got a bunch of bundling and stuff. I think that helps, like houses and all kinds of crap. Daisy said, and I took several 2024 and 2025 calls as well yesterday morning when it dropped just for funsies. Daisy's going to be beating us all. Just screwed my taxes, but I'll take it. Middle school teacher for the win. That's awesome. Hey, dude, middle school teachers in general, you guys are underpaid, overworked. You've got a bunch of bullshit that you're supposed to push half the time. The Department of Education needs to be revamped. You guys need to be treated a hell of a lot better. If there's anybody who needs a pay increase, it's not some dock worker who's making a median salary of $250,000 a year. It's fucking people like you. So, God bless you, Daisy, and congrats. Miners recovering as well. I think everything's going up, guys. Let's take a look real quick at the heat map just to see kind of where we're sitting today across the board. We'll get back to Rick in a second. Sorry, Rick. I'm just leaving you in a weird place. Feel bad, bro. All right. Let's look here. We got to do pre-market because that looks just all scary from yesterday. Even though it wasn't bad. I was only down like 110 yesterday, guys, which is really amazing. It shows me how bottomy we were yesterday. So let's just zoom out a little bit. I don't even want to look at this. Is this all U.S. companies? Is this the Russell 3000? No, that's all. So I don't even have like the S&P. I'm rocking the whole thing over here. I was doing all U.S. companies. Everything. You know what? Maybe that's a little busy. Let me go back to the S&P. Or let's do the Russell 1000. Get a few small caps. Yeah, that's better. I dig it, man. Yeah, look at all that green. We get to see all the green. You know what? Let's do this. We're going to do the NASDAQ 100. Why? Just so we can see how green Tesla is. That's all we're going to look at. That's where we're leaving it today. Teachers are the most important. Yeah, and you know what? I think teachers, I've got this really weird theory on teaching. I think it should be more like Montessori schools where, like what Elon's doing, right? I think you should have, the Sol ETH chart looks amazing. I need to actually probably save one of those. Sol is up 2.17% today. Just sick. But here's what I think about teaching. I think that teachers should be backups to programs that are done by the best in the world. And I think we need to have a bunch of interactive ones. We should take people that are the best on subject matter around the world. The way I've learned everything I know about investing really over time outside of the painful shit I learned the hard way. It has been pulling up people and finding people that are brilliant in their areas of expertise and then assimilating all of that knowledge. Why don't we teach our kids that way? I am a high school dropout. In 4th grade, I got 3 Fs, 2 D minuses, and a D. I held on to that D because I was like, D for diploma. It's okay. It's going to be okay. But I didn't do well in school, and I don't think I'm a complete idiot. So something's not right about the educational system. I think teachers need to be backups to help people with these programs where they're learning from the most brilliant minds on earth about the things they want to learn and that they care about. And I think they learn all the simple stuff along the way. Kids don't need to learn algebra if they're going to go, well, maybe with building they do. Whatever. There's just some subjects that aren't needed, and half of it's indoctrination anymore. So fuck all that shit. That's my take on teaching. I don't know why I went on a diatribe. I just feel like it today. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I made a ton of money today. And then a bunch of you hopefully have come along with that. So I feel like I've earned, like, do whatever the fuck I want to do day. I'm going to try not to cuss too much, though. Not really good at it, but I'm working on it. Anyway, so Tesla's actually up more than 14%. But Mr. Nasty says, college right now for me is literally teachers sending me content of other people's YouTube videos. Isn't that funny? That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's literally what I'm talking about. It's just insanity. It doesn't make any sense, okay? Daniel Dibb says, kids should be given a chance to choose what they want to learn. They should. Like, there's basics they have to learn. Teach them basics, and then with that, try and discover who they are. Give them tests to figure out what they're good at and what they're bad at, and then let them know these things. When I got laid off of a job years ago, when I was very young, I think I was like 19 or 20, I had to go to the unemployment office, and one of the things that they did was they did a competency test, and they told me in that competency test, they're like, you're off the, like, you suck at all this other stuff, but you're off the charts with, like, pattern recognition and visualization of information. They're like, you're off the charts on this stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is that? And then they're like, oh, and your ADD isn't like a horrible thing. It probably helps you a lot. And that was the first time anybody told me that the things I was bad at were a superpower. So I don't know, man. I think we got to fix it all, guys. We got to fix it all. You know what's great? When Donald Trump gets elected, we're going to fix the educational system. We're going to get rid of the Department of Education, and we're going to make this all a lot better. We're going to enrich America. We're going to teach Americans why Bitcoin is great. We're going to teach Americans why Tesla is a company we should be proud of. We're going to go to Mars and create a civilization on it. We're going to do amazing. We're going to make people healthy again, where we get crap out of our bodies from the foods that we have, and we're going to make it to where not everybody is on Ozempic or one of the many other drugs, right? We don't need to literally have everybody drugged out, okay? And I've taken some of these medications to try and get better. Didn't help me at all. Helped my wife, but why should we be forced to take medications? Why don't we just make our food healthier? UPS up 9%. Good earnings. Huh. There's a really negative narrative around that. That's funny. Anyway, I think I'm done. I'm done with my political and educational stuff for today. Maybe. I don't know. But this has been fun, guys. What should we talk about today? Oh, yeah, you know what? We got stuff to look at. Let's go to the CNN Fear and Greed Index. We're obviously going to look at Tesla a bunch today. What is your end of the year price target for Tesla? Well, first off, Will, I hate that question. So I'm not going to be like, what a great question. I actually hate that question. And here's why I hate that question. It gives me like 2 months to be right. And time is the hardest part of investing. So I don't know. It's going to be anywhere from like $200 to $400. That's my answer. But if you ask me, the funny thing about this is if you ask me this question 2 years from now, or a year and a half from now, I can give you a really great answer for it, right? I can tell you that we're going to be between 400 or 500, maybe 600 at least. I can tell you that within 2 to 3 years, 900 is easily attainable. Should we hit 420? I would love that. I'm still upset that we never hit $69. We stopped at 100. We went down to 100 before, and then I thought there was a chance we could go to 69 because that's where the trend line support was, but we only went to 150. It was really disappointing. Because if we peaked out around 420 on Tesla stock and then dropped all the way down to 69, that would have been poetry. But did it happen? No. So I'm still a little upset. I'm not going to lie. Render tab in Discord. I have not done that yet. Render OG. Damn it. I should fix that. We should get a render tab up in there. I think there's a way to do that. Let me see. I'll just go over here. I think you go over here. You like click on a thing. Oh, wait. Render's not a stock. Render's not a stock. It's not a Bitcoin-related investment. It's a crypto. I'm going to assume we don't have one. I think we do it like this. I think it can just be render. I'm also going to do the RNDR because I think it's kind of that too. And boom. We have created it. Now, the next thing I have to do, and again, this seems easier than it is. It's actually pretty easy. But I just haven't done it. I'm going in like a million directions, bro. You know what I mean? Just like constant. There's always somebody. I get roughly, look at this. It's still, oh my God. I give up. I'm not going to fix this bar anymore. I'm just going to take you out, bro. Screw you. Oh, but this is on render. It doesn't even matter. Damn it. All right, whatever. All right, here we go. What's the best exchange for render? Can anybody tell me? Like, where's the longest history? Is it going to be like Binance or is it Coinbase? I'm probably just going to pick Coinbase. Maybe it's the tether pair. I'm going to do Binance. All right. I normally like to use Coinbase because that's my exchange, but I'll do it here. So we'll do this chart real quick, bro, and then I'll save it for you, okay? How does that sound? I'm in good spirits today. So let's do this. All right, so let's look here. So we got some pretty clear, definitive zones of extension and decline. So let's just draw off of those. I'll try and do this in real time going forward. Maybe I'll just design. If you guys are cool with it, I'll spend that couple of minutes. It'll save me time. I'll just put these things in as we do them. All right, so there's render, and we got to share now. So I'm just going to do this real quick. Since we're sharing this, I have a link. Since I have a link, I can go back to Discord. In Discord, I can do this, and I could probably say something like this. Render chart. Then I could post it, and then I can pin it. Oh, I hate this, though. That's got to go. Get out of there. No embeds, guys. I got to figure out if I can make that happen. All right, pin message. And so now, guys, this is how Discord works. So up here, even though you guys will have a bunch of chat, I'm sure Render OG is just going to build that fucker up. I have no doubt. I have faith in you, bro. So, again, that one video, you should put that one video in there first, Render. That one that you had that dude share with me. That thing is so good. So now if you go up here and pin messages, guys, you got the chart right there. Every time we update it, it will be updated in here. That's how it works. So, not going to go over Render right now. But you can see where it can easily get back up to $14. And that's a pretty big number. I own some Render. Oh. Well, fuck. I just needed the chart. All right, whatever. Go back over there. Let me get over here. There's already a Render subpage. Ah, you're right. There is. Well, fine. I'll just delete this one. Delete. And then I'll go over here. Did my wife do that? Did admin wife do this? All right. So we'll go over here. Do I have anything? No, I did not. Okay. So we'll go over here. We'll do one of these. Render chart. Beep. You guys, not messing around. You don't even need me anymore. I'm just creating more problems than I'm solving. There you go. All right. Now quit pitching at me. Leave me alone. All right, let's move on. All right, let's get back to, you know what? I want to get back to my boy Santelli. Let's let him rant, and then I'll tell you what's actually happening with the economic data.
It looks like it's a possibility, but the streak may be broken. And the only reason I mention it is really since that big jobs report after the 50 basis points.
Oh, real quickly, people are talking about Coinbase Advanced. I use Coinbase One. If you do a light amount of trading, you pay, I forget what it is per month, But it's pretty handy because they let you do a decent amount of trades. So if like you're a lower volume trader, maybe you do less than 10,000 in trading a month, they basically make the trades free or close to it. Look it up. And I pay for that though. They probably made a bunch of money off of me. I never use it because I'm not really a day trader, so it probably isn't great for me. But if you're kind of more of a trader, that might be a better thing for you too. Just a heads up.
Point cut that the market's
It's like a monthly fee. I forget what it is. Check it out.
dissed completely. That we have seen this type of technical momentum that really has kept many investors on the right side of what has been a very rapid rise in interest rates. We still have a lot of data points yet to come, but at this point, as I said, right around 4.25 should be a very important psychological point for a variety of reasons. Joe, back to you.
Okay, Rick, thanks. Stay with us for more on the data in the markets. Let's bring in Shannon Sakosha, Chief Investment Officer at NB Private Wealth, as well as a CNBC contributor, and our own Steve Leisman. And Steve, are you ready?
You heard me mumbling.
You're born
yeah.
ready? We go to you first.
Real quick, I'm not seeing, Joe, the effects of this hurricane in the job.
Render, bro, I got like a billion things going on. So you got to give me a break. I'll look at your tab, I promise. There's like 100+ tabs that I have to look through, along with X, along with direct messages. I get 50 to 100 direct messages a day. Not to mention all the communications with X, not to mention the 5 hours I spend a day on YouTube. So just give me some grace, please.
Jobless claims. I think that was when Rick said we expected them to be up.
Right.
It was because of that. There's a little pop, not a little pop, 4,000 in Florida. I don't see it in North Carolina. I don't know if the hurricane effect has passed through, is yet to come, but it seems to be gone. Very interesting as to whether or not and how much it shows up in the jobs numbers when we get them in November. And very quickly, I do want to point this out. I haven't had a chance to talk about this because I've been involved with the poll, but it looks like a pause is being built in, Joe. If you look at the probabilities, guys.
Tesla could have a 300 in front of, or 3 in front of it this year.
95% for November, 70% for December.
Dan Ives needs to stop being a bear.
And we're going to show 48% for January, but it's actually now down to 47 after this number this morning, Joe. So they think the Fed goes a couple more quarters, but then the pause comes in January. That's where we're built in right now.
Shannon, I don't know you well enough to...
Yeah, to be clear, guys, and yeah, I'm picking on you, Render, but I just to give you guys some perspective, I worked 13 hours yesterday. I'm retired. So, again, I work pretty hard. Just so you guys know, I get so many DMs just asking a billion questions, and I just want people to know it's not that I'm ignoring people. It's not that I'm not putting in enough effort. There's just only so much time in the day for me. I've got to figure out ways to maybe hire other people to help with stuff too. I really do, because I only have so much time. I am looking at incorporating micro to macro. I'm going to try and get that done soon. There's a lot of things I have to do. I'm probably going to work on a professional editor. If you guys know of anybody that does a really great job, that can start low, show me what they can do, and then we can figure out pay from there too. I got a lot of things to figure out. I need to get some paid administrators over time for a number of things.
What you were thinking about when Steve said that, but you were kind of smiling, and there wasn't really...
I need optimists. You know what I need? I need that Anthropic... Well, I'm afraid to get it, but that Anthropic thing is insane, where they're... I think it was Anthropic, where they literally, this thing can take over your computer and you can like tell it to do things. Imagine a day. I mean, this is scary too. They've got a bunch of security precautions they're trying to implement with it. SoFi's flying. All right, fuck it. We'll go look at that too. You guys got me. All right. I'm easily distracted today from my lack of sleep. I mean, every day, but today's a special day. Congratulations, all the SoFi people. We talked about this. I thought we could actually retrace a little bit because we'd hit up over here, but really once we broke above, if you look over here, once we broke above, it was pretty much game over. It's pretty much game over. Now it's just a run to 1150. Shouldn't take long. And again, and congratulations, my buddy Invest Answers. I think Crossroads is in SoFi a decent amount too. He's got a lot of winners. He's got PayPal. He's got Hood. He's doing really good. But I'm really excited for you guys, man. Just like with people like Palantir. I want to see Palantir do well. I just think the technicals are going to make it underperform for a while, and I'm trying to make sure people understand that. So I try not to sell things, guys. I try not to really push and pump things where I think they're getting ready to top. You're going to hear me not talk about Bitcoin a lot when it's at 180,000. You're going to hear me talking about other plays that I want people to get into, or that I think people should get into, is probably a better way of wording that. So it's just one of those things where, again, but I'm happy for you guys. I think SoFi was great. I just didn't find a good options contract on it. I think you guys still have another 26 to 30% before things get hard. 20, yeah, 30% before it gets hard. And even then, if the earnings really do well, if we see S&P inclusion, dude, it's on like Donkey Kong, guys. Real quickly, we will get back to the rest of the crew there. I just wanted to pull over here and for a second and just get an idea where we're sitting on the day. I do have to change some stuff here because there's this percentage change that don't mean a lot when market hasn't opened yet, and it's only 8 o'clock right now. So we'll do extended hours. See where we're at. Oh, got to go the other way. Baba's down. Hey, congratulations to everybody who owns Chinese bullshit. Again, some people call me racist. I'm the most non-racist person you can meet. Probably like Trump. He dated black women. So how can you be racist when you date black women? Whatever. But yeah, I just don't like the CCP or totalitarian governments that try and destroy individuals. So sue me, bro, if you don't like that. But wow, Tesla up, MSTU up, DLO is the sleeper, guys. You know, DLO and what is the other one even? Or what is it called? Flux. Those are starting to creep up. I actually think they're going to break out. I wouldn't trust. Yeah, I know. That's what I struggle with. Kyle. So Kyle says I wouldn't trust Anthropic access to my money. I actually feel that same way about Gemini. I don't want Google. I don't trust ChatGPT. I use Poe, and I do very basic things with Poe because to where I can test all these different models. But man, I don't give them anything more than they need, and I certainly don't give them things that are personal information or anything that I would not want them to have. Dooglebutt, first off, love the name. Said hit the like button, and I can't argue with that. You're making good points. If you guys could hit the like button, it's not a lot to ask. There's 400 plus people here. If you guys could do that, that would be wonderful. If you do that, I cuss less and I act more humble, and I won't be mean to you. I feel like that's a win. But yeah, in here you can see the assistant web search, Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Oh, maybe it was Claude 3.5. Yeah, Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet. This is the one that can like start taking over and doing stuff. You got GPT, you got everything in here, guys. Llama, Gemini, everything in here, along with a bunch more. It's kind of fun to play around with. It taught me how to play Diablo on a Mac. Maybe I can hang out with Elon Musk and do some 150 riffs. How cool would that be? That's my goal right now in my retirement. I feel like I'm really off base today. Anyway, what do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? I don't really care. Oh yeah, we should listen to Rick. I'm gonna stop talking for a second. Whoa, and Jim Cramer is in the weirdest outfit I've ever seen him in. We're gonna look at that later too. Xian says, appreciate the hours and hours you spend researching. Thank you. I try. I'm going to work hard for you guys. Oh, they're going to be talking about Tesla and Squawk. We're going to let these guys probably talk for a bit here. We gotta listen to that. I want to hear them apologize in the best way they can.
An eye roll.
And for once, Jim Cramer can say, I'm right. Solana's breaking out? Jesus, you guys just pulling me in all these directions. You're just messing with my ADD, yo. We could take a look super quick and then leave me alone. All right. BGZ, thank you for the $5 tip. Just hopped on. What was the banger of an Argentinian bank someone mentioned? Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that. We'll pull it up. I do have it. We'll pull that up too. Stick around. And you know what? I'll give it to you right now. Let me just pull over here. I've got to find it. It starts with a B. I'm sure somebody in chat's already going to get to it before I get to it, but I'll try and find it. It's BBVA. And somebody was saying it was a Spanish bank. Be careful with Flux, they're NASDAQ delinquent. Oh, that's a fascinating comment. What do you mean? So as far as some of their paperwork? You guys are just like going in 20 directions, man. You're not helping my ADD. Now, I'm not going to say Sol is in a breakout, but it's getting there. The real breakout is above 190. So BBVA. I want to go back. I want to talk BBVA. You guys are just like tugging me everywhere. BBVA. Let's look this up. We didn't really give it a good chance because I had to piss. So to be clear, it's no. I think it is, but of Argentina. That's where the A comes in, I think. So it's probably like literally a separated branch that is Argentina and has its own ticker, right? Because you're talking about Victor's talking about Banco Bilboa or Bilboa Bizvaya. So then this is Vizcaya. I still think that's the same. It's probably the same, but it says Argentina at the end. So this is an Argentinian bank. Bilboa. Well, it does say Bilboa. Yes. Yeah. So maybe it's based out of there. Let me see here. Of Argentina is a leading Spanish multinational financial services company headquartered in Madrid and Bilbao, Spain. It ranks among the world's largest financial institutions with a significant presence in Spain, South America, North America, and Turkey. Interesting. So what is the Argentina part? What is the Argentina part? That's fascinating. And they had a massive uptick in revenue. Do you know why? Just what do you think about Matic? I think Matic is like some Indian shitcoin. I like all kinds of shitcoins, guys. So whatever. Argentaria. No. Oh, good call. No, that's legit. All right. So I don't know if I like this as much, even though it does look great on the chart, though. So I'm like mixed feelings about it. How do I invest in an Argentinian bank? Can somebody do the research on that and get back to me? Can somebody let me know? That's my bank. Oh, right. John Mars knows. Okay. You guys are so... I love that we have an international audience where when we start going down one path, you guys can correct it. I love that, dude. This is such a cool community. It's one of the largest financial institutions in the world and is present in Spain, Portugal, Mexico, South America, Turkey, Italy, and Romania. BBAR is the Argentinian... Oh, well, shit. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Thank you for fixing me. Aha! Let me correct my note. They were very similar, guys. Two BBs, you know? Very easy mistake. Oh, this one looks even better. Okay, this is the one. We found it. John Mars found it. Thanks, John. John's the man. I don't like the negative cash flow for Q1 of 2024. Why did the cash flow all go so negative? But I'm sure we can figure that out. I'm sure you guys can tell me. I do want to, real quickly with this one, this is such an interesting one. I want to pull up the chart, and I want to add it real quickly. We got Jim Cramer doing a victory lap for Tesla. We're going to get to all this stuff, guys. We're going to get to all this stuff. Whoa, don't want to do that. We got lots going on today. We got fun stuff. Today's kind of like shoot the shit, have some fun. We're going to make a ton of money. Jesse's going to make more than $400,000, hopefully. Tesla's up almost 15%. What? Aye. And maybe I'll put some of that money in an Argentinian bank that pays wicked dividends. Why so many? Why so many? June? July? August? March? September? How many times? Okay, so 1, 2, 6 times. 5 times. 5 times a year? That's weird. Whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it. Look at that. Look at that jump, guys. These guys went from $2 in July to 11. Is Argentina the way to go? I feel like it is. I might buy some of this shit. I'm not going to lie. With Milei in office, if Trump gets elected, this is like the ultimate play, Argentina. Argentina goes up in rank substantially if Trump goes into office. All right, real quickly, though. Let's save this before I digress here. Let's copy this link. We're going to go over here to Discord. We're going to add this bugger. We're going to do this stuff in real time going on because I'm too lazy and I don't do it afterwards, okay? So, BBAR, what is this called? Bank of Argentina? Wow. You can tell the lack of coffee. All right. And then let me see here. We'll add more tickers. You can pin a bunch of stuff at the top, guys. So we can have some fun with that. And then pin this little bastard. So we'll try and do this stuff in real time in the future just to where it actually gets done. And that way, after we talk about things, we can just pull them up. Boom. There you go, guys. Do your due diligence, guys. For the rest of the people that aren't in the community, we have an amazing community. Again, even that render page is probably full of amazing stuff that I don't even talk about. So yeah, TSLL is up 29%, which means those dividend or the options we're in are probably up 35, maybe get to 40% today. But yeah, you guys are great. So we're done with that. Let's get back over to here. So we got that in there. We'll put out more, guys. Put out more. Alejandro, thank you very much. Olivaro says BBAR is expanding operations. That's why their costs are increasing and cash flow is increasing. So we got a growing company in the heart of Argentina. Does anybody live in Argentina? Do any of you live there? I know Alejandro has spent time there. I don't know if he lives there now. He's the guy who does visual stocks. He's my buddy. But do any of you live there? And fill up that page, guys. Let us know what's up. Gary says Jesse Incorporation is easy. Just go on your local state. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I've got to figure out if I want to do an LLC or if I want to do S corp. I got to figure out what kind of incorporation I want for what I'm doing. I know James Invest Answers told me that he's got an S corp. I'm just trying to figure out from like liability standpoints. There's weirdos out there that you can make money for 95% of people. But the weirdos who don't listen to you all the time and who end up losing money, or if you make one bad call, will like try and sue you, even though you got disclaimers saying that you're a high school dropout. So I just want to protect my assets and my family. So I got to do that. All right, let's move on though. Sorry, Jesse, I haven't been able to catch the show lately. Any information on BIVI lately has been the one posting about it that I know of. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is. AP, sorry. We can look at it maybe later. Dooglebutt, what's going on with Joe's hair? Forgot to dye the sideburns. Yeah, right? He totally missed him. Maybe he likes the look. I don't know. All right, let's get through the jobs. You know what? Fuck, I don't even want to listen to the jobs data. I don't even want to listen to it. I want to move on. I want to listen to Jim Cramer. I don't even care about their opinion on the jobs data. I'm better at it anyway. Let's just look at what else we got. We got the CEO of what is it? CEO of Hamant Taniga on investing landscape. I don't know what that is. Maybe he's interesting. Ooh, on AI. All right, that guy might be. I'll watch the video later and I'll bring it up in the market recap if it's good, guys. I got to see Jim Cramer. Look at Jim Cramer. What happened to this guy? What happened to this guy? He's going to be talking about Tesla, I think, in a second. Let's listen to him. I mean, I like the chill Jim Cramer. I'm not going to lie.
Of you going to rigs. This is not the first time.
Oh, John, let me know.
No, it's not. And I have been in the Gulf before. Of course, I've been in the Bakken. And I will tell you, this is an engineering marvel. We're about 140
thanks,
miles
Joanne.
out.
Thank you, Joanne.
This is all new technology. It's very exciting. But, David, I do want to say, as great as this is, Elon Musk took a shot very early on in the combustible engine. It was very effective. He called.
I just want to say, guys, you can't just follow things like, oh, counter trade Jim Cramer. That might be right sometimes as far as short-term moves, but he has recently been telling you that you don't mess with Tesla and that Elon is changing the future. And he gets to take a victory lap today, whereas a lot of really smart analysts who did all the Troy Test-like, right? Oh, thank you, balloons. Thank you for the random balloons. I appreciate that. Is that because of this? Did this do that? I don't know. Does with a heart give me? Can I get a heart? Can I get a heart? I don't know. It just like randomly does shit. Whatever. But again, Troy Test had like, oh, they're gonna miss. They're gonna get 55 cents EPS. Like all these people that are so smart, they put all this effort in, right? And look at who ends up being right. Jim Buck and Cramer.
What's happening here, niche. And it doesn't feel niche, David, because you've been on one of these. But when you listen to Elon Musk, he did have a lot of authority on that call last night.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Well, the demand for oil continues unabated. I don't know, Jim, where are we in terms of daily use right now? And I'm curious as to how many barrels, by the way, that.
All right, you guys are asking about buying. Yeah, I know it's a feature. It doesn't work all the time. So like I'll do a thumbs up and then it won't do the thumb up. Oh, there you go. I got to get it. I think it's because all the crap I have behind me, it like doesn't see it. So like if I do one of these, maybe if I do a heart, I don't know, man. It's like half the time it works and half the time it doesn't. Anyway, Theo was talking about Tesla and he said, Jesse, what are your thoughts if someone wanted to buy Tesla as a result of the earnings report with the price around 240-ish and putting a stop loss around 230 and playing for the upside? So here's the deal. I think that you should have bought it yesterday. But hindsight's 2020. Obviously, it's up 14.5%. I would not buy leverage right now. I would let the dust settle. I would get the stock if you're going to do anything. I mean, again, this is just me speaking of what I would do. I don't know your personal situation, but I would get the stock because I wouldn't wait around for this thing to get lower. I would get the stock and then have dry powder to buy more. Or again, you can buy the options contracts too. Maybe wait a day, man. I don't even know. It's just so hard. How do I tell you like, hey, it's a great time to buy something when it's up almost 15% on the day and the options contracts are up 30 to 40%? It's really hard to give advice on that, but it could drop down and you should be ready to pick it up and you should have a long-term vision. Okay, that's all I can say really. Thank you for the super chat, Shimuli Adut. Hopefully I got that right. Thanks for helping me pass 2 hours drive. You're welcome, my friend. You're very welcome. My Cybertruck setup, guys. We'll get back to Jim Cramer, okay? This is a horrible picture. I got to get a better one. But I have now. Oh, and if you guys get bored, could you hit the likes over here and like type something in a little chat thing and tell people how cool this is? If it's not cool, don't do that. If it sucks, throw it in there too. I get a 17.5x multiplier. So if you think this sucks, go in there and Sam shit. It will help. I shouldn't tell you that. But anyway, I wanted to show this. So I've got my so many crazy political things that you guys have to see. So many. This right here, she's literally like Trump is a Nazi and he's going to murder everybody. Listen to this. This is so funny.
It is deeply troubling and incredibly dangerous that Donald Trump would invoke Adolf Hitler, the man who is responsible for the deaths of 6 million Jews.
So now we're so desperate right now. We're so desperate that Trump is Hitler. That is an amazing level of desperation, like I have never seen before. Good job, Democrats. You guys are really doing great. Congratulations on your loss. Anyway, keep going. I got stuff. And I think Eminem is probably on the Epstein client list. That's my guess. Listen to this. Oh, the town hall guys. Listen to this. Listen to her answer about why haven't you done this? Or no, this is the filibuster one. Alexander, thank you for the 20 memberships. I love you guys. Thank you so much for all the support, man. It means a lot. It really does. It makes the long hours very worth it. So here, I won't even play this one. It's basically her saying that she'll remove the filibuster. Like they're talking about doing all the things that they accuse Trump of doing. They're like, let's do those. Let's do them before Trump. And then let's look at the backlash. This is CNN. Listen to this.
It doesn't make sense to me. I find the timing suspicious, and it just completely is divorced from the man that I've come to know in Donald Trump and how he's dealt with Gold Star families, how he has been caring, how he's been compassionate. And don't take it from me. Take it from the 13 Abbey-Gate Gold Star families, some of who stood on a stage in front of a 30,000-person crowd and said how he helped them heal. He spent hours with them. He promised them transparency. And these are families that said they had it up to here with Biden's BS. They couldn't even get a phone call answered, much.
Anyway, there's just so much of this, guys. There's so much of this. Watch this right here. Is this the good one? Oh, yeah. So this is literally him saying, why aren't you doing these things now? And this is her answer. She doesn't say, she just literally defers like, we got more to do. But like all the stuff they were talking about, all the stuff that needs to get done, and they were all things that could have happened. Okay, all things that could have happened during her presidency or during her vice presidency and during Biden's presidency. And listen to her response.
Some voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years. You were vice president, not the president. But why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done.
Which is all the stuff I could have done during the presidency that I haven't done, but they're things that we could do going forward, because I like to say words and I like to put a bunch of them in a sentence. And then somewhere along the way, hopefully you think that I'm really smart because of the things that I just said. But in actuality, you know, not a lot really happened. But thank you, Anderson. Oh, Bill Gates, guys. Bill Gates got indicted by the Netherlands. Listen to this. I'm probably going to get like banned from YouTube, but whatever. It's fucking worth it. Watch this. This is so good.
And I read an article from the New York Times that Bill Gates had just donated $50 million to Kamala Harris's campaign. And the article said that it was the first donation that he's made in 20 years.
I'm sure that's a lie.
That he stayed out of politics. That he's been
That's a complete lie.
bipartisan. It was a dark money donation. He didn't intend for it to be public. He routed the donation through a 501c4, which was an organization that was set up to conceal large money donations to the Harris campaign. Now, he said, when the Times asked him, he said he had donated zero in the 2020 campaign when President Biden was running against President Trump. And he said this campaign is different than any other. And so he felt the need to do this. Now, do you think Bill Gates made that donation out of a patriotic impulse? Do you think he made it out of a humanitarian impulse? Do you think he made it because he wants global health? Or because he wants to make America healthy again? Well, there was something else, another article about Bill Gates that came out today that said he's just been indicted.
By the Netherlands. He's been indicted for COVID misinformation. How poetic is that? How poetic. Take me down, YouTube. Fuck you. I'll just go to X.
He's been indicted in the Netherlands for lying to the public about the COVID vaccine.
Now, Petty Gates, you could probably figure out why I call him Petty Gates. He'll be able to, there's this interview. I got to play the interview, guys, where they were questioning him about the Epstein issues. You got to see this interview. It's a very brief. Oh, my God. We'll show that right after this. We're doing some segues. We're going to have fun today, guys. I just don't give a shit.
And he's going to have to go to trial. You think that he wants to go to trial here in the United States of America?
No.
You think maybe that's one of the reasons he chose to give $50 million to Kamala Harris?
I'm sorry. This is just, there's so much good stuff happening. Oh, and by the way, guys, just so you know, Trump is Hitler. So remember that. Trump is Hitler. I've heard it. I heard it yesterday from this person trying to be the vice president of the United States, trying to be the president. And here he is. You can see him being Hitler right here. He hates Jews so much, dude. So this is the Golan Heights. They called it Trump Heights. because he acknowledged that it's the territory of Israel. And here he is hanging out with a bunch of Jews. You can tell he's Hitler. You can just tell by the way he looks at them. Over here, here's his children who he hates. It's hard being Hitler when your kids, are Jewish. It's rough. He's got a tough road ahead of him, but he's going to work really hard at being Hitler. So we got that going for us. Let me see if I can find. Oh, and here's the PSYOP. Here's the PSYOP that's right now. This is the military grade PSYOP that we have going on, guys, where Trump is Hitler. So in case you guys haven't seen this, here's all the publications that are talking about how Trump is Adolf Hitler after 2 assassination attempts. Who do you think the bad guys are? You guys tell me. Here is the Wall Street Journal, actually a publication that has been way more on the side of Kamala Harris. It says that Trump is winning by 3% on the national poll. Let me see if I can find. I gotta find. Oh, and here's what I wanted to find before my ADD kicked in. This is a really shitty image because the lighting's horrible. I'll try and show you guys a daytime. This is my Cybertruck. It's getting an update, the latest update. But I have a mount on my screen that can hold my cell phone. I didn't have it there right now, but it's magnetic, and it holds my cell phone right in between my Cybertruck screen and then my Galaxy S10 Plus. So when I'm driving, well, I would never do this, but somebody theoretically could have their car driving down the road and be watching YouTube videos while looking at their stock performance and chilling. I would never do this, though. I would only do this when stopped. But, and you'd still have a complete view of what's going on in front of you, and you could digest information while on a road trip. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Anyway, let's keep going. Got other stuff I want to show you. And I put the products that I use to do it. And it's all magnetic, so I can pull them down. It's so much fun. All right, let me see. I got to find this other video, guys, with Bill Gates. It is so good. I'll see. I think I bookmarked it. You got to see it. It's just, I know it's political, and I know some of you guys might be Democrats, but you need to see the truth, too, so fuck it. All right, 1 second here. Let me see. Kamala. Let's look at Kamala. It's my favorite category. Kamala Harris has more billionaires. Oh, yeah. Forbes. Kamala Harris has more billionaires prominently backing her than Trump. Right now, guys, the campaign for Kamala Harris has roughly 4-to-1 in contributions versus what the campaign for her campaign versus Trump, 4-to-1. The rich people, the whole Eat the Rich crowd, Ocasio-Ortiz, whatever the fuck her waitress name is, that lady should be a Republican. She should be a Republican if she wasn't a free Palestine nutjob. We also have the British with Keir Starmer trying to kill Twitter and going after and supporting, sending hundreds of people to the United States to help with voter registration for Kamala Harris and trying to censor and kill Twitter at the same time. Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? Reminder, Trump is going to have, what happened here? Oh, Biden's just walking off.
He is talking about doing away with the entire Department
Oh, this is,
of
we need to
Education.
lock up Trump. They're saying that they should imprison their political opponents. But then at the same time, they're saying that Trump will imprison political opponents. Very confusing. Trying to figure it out myself, wrap my head around it. Keep in mind that Democrats that voted to fine American citizens, basically give them fees for not buying insurance, and then conspired to give it to illegal immigrants for free. It's in here somewhere. God, where is it? Where can I find it? Oh, here's an Argentinian gang, guys. Or I'm sorry, Venezuelan gang robbing and stealing in New York City because they're like in 6 major cities now. They're called, what is it? Tren de Aragua. It's like the train or something. I can't remember. So yeah, they're just raping and pillaging. Isn't that great? Super cool. Super cool. Oh, God, I won't subject you to having to listen to her. It's not in here. Okay, let me find it. I got to find this Bill Gates thing, guys. It's just so good, if I can find it. If I can't, whatever, I'll find it later and I'll post it later. But it's so good. And you guys have to listen to Bill Ackman. It's his discussion about these facts. Oh, here it is. Oh, guys. So check this out. Check out this interview and then listen to some of the responses to this. I think so his wife divorced him shortly after the whole Epstein thing came out. Okay, his wife divorced him, and I wonder why that is. So there's a popular theory from us conspiracy theorists. Evidently, I'm one of those now. Just wanted you guys to know that he was diddling kids in Epstein's Island. And listen to this questioning and some of his response, and then just, I don't know, it's just fun. Just watch it. Could be wrong. I'm not the jury. He'll have one of those.
You know, I've said I regretted having those dinners, and there's nothing
with Epstein, right? But watch.
Absolutely nothing new on that.
Is there a lesson for you, for anyone else looking at this?
Well, he's dead, so you know, in general, you always have to be careful.
Will that ever come out?
What the F was that for a response? Well, he's dead, so in general, you need to be careful. What was that? That was like a threat. What was that? The bell. You guys want the bell. We'll go to the bell. But you got to listen to this. If you guys didn't listen to the Tucker Carlson interview, listen to what Elon Musk has to say about this.
What do you think?
You know, I think part of why Kamala's getting so much support is that if Trump wins, that Epstein client list is going to become public.
Yes.
And some of those billionaires behind Kamala are terrified of that outcome.
Yeah. Do you think Reid Hoffman's uncomfortable?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Gates.
And Gates.
Yeah.
And I only ask that because you just look at them and you're like, that's a nervous person right there. I don't know.
So Elon Musk literally says that Bill Gates was on that list, he thinks, along with Reid Hoffman and others. Isn't this crazy? Does this not blow your fucking mind, guys? If this blows your mind, can you do me a favor and hit the like button? Let people know the truth. Let them know what's really happening in this world, okay? Let them know it's important that people know the truth. It really is. All right, let's listen to Jim Cramer talk a little bit more about oil. Man, we are not conspiracy theorists. We're conspiracy realistic. All the conspiracies are coming. Yeah, they're coming true. So I guess we can't call ourselves conspiracy theorists when things are found out to be true. And again, I was on the opposite side of the aisle. I voted for Joe Biden. So people can't even attack me. You can attack me for being white and a man. You probably shouldn't because that's racist and sexist. But you can attack me for those things, right? Because that's what I am. So if you want to do that, you can do that, okay? I don't look at color of skin. I don't care what somebody's sexual orientation is or literally what their physical sexual being is, whether they're a man or a woman, because there's only two of those. There's only like one of each, right? That's all you have in this world. Now, don't get me wrong. There are genetic anomalies that do different things, but that is by far like the 0.01% of humanity. And so you can't just change reality based upon that. People can have different preferences. They can have all kinds of stuff. You guys want the bell? We'll give you the bell. We'll give you the bell. Jesse, you're a gem for investing and politics. Thanks, man. I try to tell the truth. I think that's important. Right? I think people should tell the truth. I don't think we should be liars to ourselves and others. Glad you found the light. I did after they screwed over Bernie. Yeah, I liked Bernie too. All right, here we go. Bells. We got bells. Everybody likes bells. I'm going to get a cowbell, and I'm just going to ring that fucker every once in a while for you guys.
You know, David, I had a really good breakfast in here. You know, the people are nice. I feel very at home. I probably won't come back because it's just so super here.
Jim, let's get this opening bell as we look at that amazing shot of the platform. Here at the big board, celebrating IPO today, it's Ingram Micro Holding, a tech product distributor. We're going to talk to the CEO and money movers this morning at the NASDAQ, celebrating a recent IPO. Hulu Tech International, a provider of factory facility management.
SoFi is up 4.7. Let's just let's look at the bell, or let's look over here, guys. See what we have. Check Bitcoin. We'll check the heat map. Dude, look at this. Look at this. We're already above. So not only did we bounce off the fib perfectly, not only did we get over the weekly descending line that's going back 7 months worth of resistance, but now we're getting above the daily on Bitcoin. The whole market is getting ready to explode higher. The entire thing. All those bears, they were so excited yesterday. They're like, oh my God, look at all the red. The sky is falling. You should listen to us. Don't listen to people like Micro. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't buy Tesla. That's stupid. Don't buy SoFi. Don't buy PayPal. Don't buy Hood. Don't buy Meta when it's down in the 85s or whatever it was. Don't buy any of that stuff, guys. You're going to make way too much money. Don't listen to that guy. Be a bear. Be a bear. That's where it's at. That's how you make money, being bearish. When you think about all the things that could go wrong and none of the solutions, how can you not make money? Sorry, bears. Sorry, bears. We will pray for you. All right, SoFi. You guys, let's look at SoFi. Let's cheer for the SoFi crowd. How's Palantir doing? Should look at Palantir too. Palantir is still trying to break up. It's not going to happen, I don't think. It's up 0.8% though. It could rise with the market. I mean, theoretically, that's a thing. Again, this red zone could go on for a while. It's just you have, well, I can't even say you have a ton of bearish divergence, but it can come. If Palantir doesn't go up in like the next, like really start to move in the next few weeks, then it becomes in trouble. Then it becomes that sideways chop that I was talking about. It becomes more clear that that's happening. Victor says he's up $100,000 on SoFi looking for group. Dude, I'm glad, man. Again, I didn't find the asymmetric bet I was looking for, but I'm always happy to see people around me winning. That's so cool. We're already at 11. I got to move this thing up more. Jeez. I do have some SoFi. I've got like at least 20 shares, so I'm riding there with you guys. Guns a-blazing. When conviction pays off, you know, you can have conviction and be wrong too, but just make sure your conviction is right. I think that's the gist, right? Be right. Be on the right side of history. Be on the right side of history in your politics. Be at your right side of the history on the vision of the future that's going to happen. And shoot for the best one. Have contingency plans for bad things, right? That's what we call hedging. But should you be 100% out of markets because you think they can drop? No. That's the stupidest thing you can do. That's what idiots do, okay? Let me see. I got a thing over here. It's called Investment Basics, and we're going to talk about that real quick here. Just because I want to. ZA Stock said, why are you bullish all the time, Jesse? Because if you're bearish more than 10% of the time, you're an idiot. That's why. Because you're an idiot. Tesla up almost 16% on the day. I could have a $500,000 day if today plays out right, guys. I could make $500,000 in a day. I remember the first time I made my yearly salary in a day. It blew my mind. It changed my entire lens of the world because I realized that in one day, I had made what took me a year of my life to make an income. And that changed my perspective forever. But look at this, okay? Do you want to go against this? Do you? When global liquidity is expanding, when Trump might win the White House legitimately and have control over the Senate and the House, do you want to bet against Elon Musk? Do you want to bet against Donald Trump? Do you want to bet against America? I don't like everything Warren Buffett believes, honestly, because I think a lot of the things he invested in are like not good for you, not good for humanity. Like McDonald's, is that great for you? I'm going to say no. I like to invest in things that I think benefit humanity and or can make me a bunch of money. Tesla up 16.5%. But you know what that man got right? Don't bet against America. He got that right. So thank you very much, Warren Buffett. Look at this, SoFi right here. Tanner says, I love this. One of my favorite Canadians right here. Way better than Justin Trudeau. Many times it's harder for retail to hold during bull markets than during bear markets. This is why many people have missed compounding stocks, not because they haven't picked them well, but because they haven't held them long enough. So you guys are going to start making a lot of money. If you guys are invested in the things I'm invested in, you're going to start making a lot of money, okay? And while you're making that, don't do this. Don't just bail out immediately out of the things you're invested in when you've got real winners. Tesla is a real winner right now. I love Tanner too, soaring shitty. He's a very wise, sage-like person. He's young, but he's just a really great guy. I really like Tanner, man. He's a good dude. You guys should watch him. He's a great guy. I like data-driven. There's so many good people on FinTwit. There's some dipshits too. But I just block those people and never hear from them again. But there's some really great people, guys. But there's things you need to understand. You can't bet against markets going up. You can't bet against the United States. You can't bet against Elon Musk. If you bet against innovation in the future, you are screwed. There's a video I want to show you guys. Oh my God, it's so good. There's one of these idiots. Sorry I'm cussing so much today. I'm trying to get better at it. Elmas Racing says, you've been analyzing it a long time and deserve the kind of things to happen. Thank you. I appreciate that. I do want to show you this, though. So this is I'm trying to find this. It's one of these just nimrods talking about Tesla. Last night, they interviewed him, and it was just so bad. And I want to find it because he just looked like he was having a panic attack, and it made me so happy. Because they put him on CNBC after an amazing earnings, and you could see the pain and suffering inside of him. And that just made me so happy. Look at this. We got a political pundit over here that's pretty centrist who says Kamala Harris isn't connecting to the persuadable voter. No shit. Isn't that great? Are these it? These are just earnings alerts. I got to see if they have the interview. I want to find this guy. It's like the worst interview ever, so maybe they aren't going to put it up here. But it's just, I just want to find him in his little panic attack moment. It was so good. It was like at nighttime. I'll try and find it. Let's see. Let's hear about how Kamala isn't connecting with voters. That's fun. I want to see that. Tesla up almost 17%. No, I don't have to. My parents don't like it, and they're like Southern Baptists. So I'm gonna try and refrain from it. Plus, there's people that are watching this and they got their kids around, so I'm gonna do my best to get better at that. That's something I should work on, if nothing else, to make my mom and dad feel happier. Because again, Southern Baptists, they're not big on cussing, and they think I'm gonna be going to hell if I keep it up. So I gotta do better. There you go, Victor. You can do it for me, bro. What's my price target for Sol? We can talk about that. Give me a little bit here.
It's going to be a priority. It includes $650 million in funding for the border wall. That's something Republicans wanted. That was part of the compromise. Under Donald Trump, you criticized the wall more than 50 times. You called it stupid, useless, and a medieval vanity project. Is a border wall stupid?
Well, let's talk about Donald Trump and that border wall.
Just look at her immediately attacking Trump again. She has no vision for the future. She has nothing positive to say. And again, she immediately revoked 95 or 4 executive orders that were keeping the border at levels that it hadn't been at and for like ever. So like border crossings were really, really low. And she stripped all those away so that they could import voters into the United States to try and steal future elections. I don't think it's her plan. I think it's whoever the cabal is that is running the Democratic Party and that's running the UK right now, and that's running other parts of Europe, and that's running Brazil. But it's there, and they failed miserably. And let's just watch this.
So remember, Donald Trump said,
"Oh, hey, let's talk about Trump." Oh my God,
Mexico would pay for it. Come on,
So the amount of money they spent 10 times as much in the last year, maybe it was 4 years. I don't know. Don't quote me on it. Look it up. Somebody look it up. That on the border wall, or I should say 10 times more than what the border wall would have cost one time, just managing the situation in the border. And then if you include all the money they're giving away, by the way, Tesla's over 17% now, then it gets worse, right? It gets worse. So it would have been much cheaper to do the border wall. But let's listen to this crazy bitch.
didn't.
Oh, my bad.
That was Vice President Harris speaking at a town
that's all
hall
they had.
event on CNN last evening. Joining us right now is pollster and political strategist Frank Luntz. We are now
Shelley knows what I mean.
Within the 2-week zone here as we get down to the wire. How close to the wire are we, and what do you think you know about these polls right now?
I think that clip illustrates exactly why Harris is in trouble at this point. And it's something that...
Look at this. This is CNBC turning on her, guys. CNBC.
I don't understand why the campaign does not address. They asked her specifically, where do you stand on the wall? And what does she do? She goes and shifts it right to Donald Trump. Immediately mentions him twice. Within the first 5 seconds, She still hasn't closed the deal. She still hasn't said to people exactly what she would do. In fact, what she should have done in the opening of that town hall is said, I want to tell you what I'm going to do in the first hour, in the first day, and in the first week. And it's going to take me 5 minutes. So, Anderson, you're going to have to sit tight. Here's what we're going to do by 1 p.m. She didn't do any of that. She hasn't told the public step by step what she's about.
Let me ask you this, and then I really do want to get back to the polls, though, because I think we're really now down to the wire, and everyone's trying to understand what the polls are really saying, not just on a popular basis, but when you look at this Electoral College.
Yes.
My one question, just to follow up on the CNN piece of it, is you don't like her answer. What is the right answer to that question?
The right answer is, as I was just...
Andrew Sorkin he just picks all this frivolous crap because he has nothing to offer.
Just saying, this is going to take me, and you go to the point.
No, but that's still not an answer to the question.
No,
so
but that's what she does. She doesn't answer the question. I think that's the.
But that's what I'm asking.
She's starting to turn away from Harris, and I love it.
So my question.
She's definitely playing the centrist a lot more. I think she's always kind of been a little more left, but she's starting to really go after it. What's her name? Can you guys tell me? I don't pay attention. I always pay attention to Joe. What's her name? I like her, though. I think she's growing on me.
Question to you is, Anderson asked her, what do you think of this medieval wall, or whatever it was the quote?
Becky.
And she's supposed to say what?
Becky. Yeah.
She's supposed to say, within the first 24 hours, I'm going to introduce legislation.
Holy crap. The options, guys, the options went from 30 to 47. 47. They're up over 50%. I'm going to break $500,000 today. Oh. And Bitcoin's breaking out. I literally have goosebumps. I've got hair standing up. Oh my God.
That supports the wall.
That supports the wall, okay.
And supports the DREAM Act for progressives who want people to cater through no fault of their own, and improves legal immigration so more people can come here the right way. It's such an easy compromise, and yet she doesn't say it.
Okay, let's talk about the...
Hey guys, I got to get some coffee real quick. I'm going to get more coffee, hit the restroom real quick. I'm going to play this out. It's 5 more minutes, okay? So just give me a second. I love you guys. What a great day we have today. What a great day. Just, again, hit the likes, guys. Hit the Twitter, reply on there if you get a second. Let's listen to the rest of what Frank has to say here.
Electoral College. Yep. Let's talk about these swing states that are either up for grabs or not at this point. There are some polls that would suggest that Trump is in such a lead that there's actually not voters left who are thinking about what to do. And then the question to you is, are there voters out there that you think are changeable?
And I now use the word persuadable. CNBC taught me that. I think it's the best way to communicate it. Those who are undecided are likely non-voters. If you're still undecided at this point, you're not going to participate. You're going to vote third party, or you're not going to vote. The persuadables, and it's a tiny percentage, it's about 2% now, because we've now made our decisions. They can be moved by Harris, not by Trump. And I find this fascinating, and I will acknowledge, I will say this on air, that I thought his debate performance was so awful that he could not win. And I'm now saying I was wrong, that the debate turned out not to be nearly as important, because what Donald Trump is saying is not as relevant to people's decision-making as what Harris is saying. So electorally, the states are different. You can't say they're all going to move one direction or another. I think Carville's wrong. What you do with voters of color determines North Carolina and Georgia. How you do with union voters determines Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, and Latinos.
And how accurate do you think the polls are, recognizing that back in 2016, Trump was undercounted, by the way, by oftentimes 8 and 9 percentage points, right? And then you go to 2020, it was down to, what, 4 or 5 percentage points. In 2024, are folks who are being asked who they're voting for either telling the truth? Is the system, are they calling cell phones finally? How are we supposed to think about the numbers we see on the screen?
The issue for 2016 in particular was people not participating because they did not want to be counted. In 2020, it was less that.
And there were a bunch of people like me that were voting for Biden. I actually voted for Trump. It was close. I voted for Trump over Hillary Clinton in the previous election. I voted for Obama before that both times. I voted, and now I'm going to be voting for Trump. And there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of you guys here, guys. A bunch of you guys here that are doing the same thing. It's over. Trump is going to win this election. I'm just calling it right now. And I'm going to let him finish his thoughts, guys. I just wanted to say something, though. You might think I got to $3.6 million. I've been retired for 4 years or something. I retired at 42. I did it with $375,000 in my investment account. I was able to do that for one reason, okay? My expense base is low. I bought a house for $102,000 years ago, okay? It was a fixer-upper. I put sweat and tears into it. It had good bones, but it was a mess. I still live in that house today. I got to $3.6 million in my portfolio. I've retired my wife, my in-laws, my parents. I'm getting ready to do it for my brother right now, and I'm helping my nephew too. I haven't spent a lot of money on myself, but it's pretty awesome to be able to tell my wife that we're going to break $500,000 today, and that's going to get ready to change.
And more about who they called or who they did online. A lot of my polling is done online. And in 2024, they tried to adjust for it. What we are sure about is that the trend is towards Trump. And what I am sure about is that it is dangerous to call this election because it is dead even in these swing states.
Do you think there's anything to and this is from one side you're hearing this, that there's kind of a doom loop in that she needs to get out more because she's down, but when she does get out more, she just gets further down?
She is not connecting, and the people who like her love her. But she's not connecting to those persuadables because they want to know.
What would you do October surprises, there may be an October surprise du jour. We've seen a couple already.
But we've been living through them. Right. Trump almost being assassinated, Biden dropping out. This stuff that's been happening right now, what's the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, we've had 3 October surprises.
What would do you think that, if you were the Harris campaign, you'd tell them to do what immediately?
I would immediately do interviews on shows like this and have you guys go at her.
That might be.
We got a record day. Who's got a record day? Angela. Awesome. Congrats. I love hearing that. Here's what I said before, guys. I would love it if some of you guys are up for it, and maybe we wait until this next year when people, just start making a ton of money. But I would love to take a trip to Starbase City, and I would love to see the Starship launch. Anybody who wants to go with, man, I think we should figure it out and figure some times. And let's have some fun. Let's enjoy life. Let's make a bunch of money, but let's enjoy life and create a little family here of people that can get rich together, hopefully. And you'll learn that money doesn't buy happiness, and it can, and you'll have to figure out another way to fill your life. But it's a first world problem to have. I can't pretend like I've suffered greatly from being retired for 4 years, and I've been blessed because I found this somehow. I haven't even done YouTube for a year. And somehow it's just been great, right? And I get to take something that I never even knew. I always thought I was an idiot when I was a kid, and now I'm here. So it's really crazy. It's really crazy. But I want you guys. Your paths can all be different. You know what I mean? I just want to help you find your path. And my little way of contributing to that happens to be pretty freaking awesome because I'm good with money. So it's the one gift I have. It's probably one of the only gifts I have. So hopefully it benefits you guys, and let's do some cool shit together. Let's have fun, man. Satri, thank you for the 5. Thank you all you guys who support the channel. I really, like I said, we're going to get better tools. I'm going to try OpenBB here soon too. I'm testing out any tools. If you guys think there are things that are amazing that we're not using that are better for the channel, the money that you guys are bringing in here, we'll work hard to figure out how to bless the channel with that. If it requires a Bloomberg terminal, I'll get that. I hope not, because I don't want to support Bloomberg. Just like I don't want to support YouTube. YouTube sucks. If it wasn't the best video broadcasting tool right now, I wouldn't use it. So we will transition over time, I'm sure. But I love you guys. I just love you guys. Thank you.
Your point is you've got to be more than I'm not Donald Trump, I'm not
Correct.
Joe Biden.
And
Here's
she
who I
could
am.
have disrupted. The town hall was live. So she could have said to Anderson, this is going to take a while, and just keep on detail after detail after detail to the point where Anderson goes crazy, and then she puts it out as a commercial. That's how you change.
They're playing us to the commercial, so you can't take a while, but day after the election.
I'm afraid. I'm genuinely afraid that we're not going to have a decision the day after that, or the day after that. And this show, we warned people 4 years ago. Pay attention to that warning that we could have issues of credibility, of trust in this election.
Is it at a...
Whoa, this is amazing. You have a guy who's a political commenter who's a centrist telling you that we can't trust the election, potentially. That is insane.
Both sides situation?
It is now a both sides situation. I know the federal government is paying attention to this. I think that investors should pay attention. I think average Americans should, because this is not going to be decided.
Come on back. We should talk about what...
This is great. This is insane. The fact that anybody's saying this. Oh no, Yellen. No, he totally is. I've listened to him for years. He might lean right, but this guy gives the middle of the road view. So just because his views are on the right does not mean he's not a centrist, okay? And you show me a video, Yellen, where he's not a centrist, where he doesn't argue for each side given his take. You show. Yeah, I hate it when people just post stupid shit. Oh, might have to make that person go away. No, this guy's good. And he's as centrist as it gets, even though he might be on the right. And him saying this is a big deal. Oh, he's a leftist. Oh, well, that's even better. I guess I never knew his political views. I've just always listened to him, and he seems very fair and like he argues down both sides. So if he's on the left and saying that, that's really crazy. He isn't a centrist. He's a Republican. So you guys are telling me he's a leftist and he's a Republican pollster who hates Trump. You guys figure your shit out. Give me some real information here. So I think he must be a pretty good centrist if you guys can't even tell me what he is. You know what? Fuck you, Yellen. You're gone. Fuck you. Sorry for the cussing, guys. We're just going to make this person go away forever so they don't have any comments on here anymore. You don't talk shit to me. Bye, bitch. Just wait for my screen to reflect here, and then we'll make you disappear forever. It'll be fun. And then I'll block you, too. Let me get on here real quick. I want to block you so you can never, ever see my content again. Boom. There you go. Fuck you. All right. Bye. See you later. Have a good life. Get rid of your comments. Make you disappear off the face of the earth. There you go. Now I feel better.
Like a recession. If it's like a recession, if you're expecting it, it doesn't happen. We could.
Let's hope that's
what happens.
Yes, but because our democracy is at stake.
Yeah, we can add Yellen. I mean, the person's name is Yellen. I don't even care who they are. They literally had a picture of Janet Yellen on their profile. I don't care. Yeah, whatever.
Right. It could be white.
All right. So that was fascinating.
That
the Bill Ackman thing is just really, really good, too. You guys can watch that a separate time here. Let me see what else we got. See if we got more economic data. How will you celebrate today, Jesse? I'm going to go on a walk with my nephew. We're going to hang out. I got to write something up for him to give to the judge for people that know what's going on there. He had some issues that could put him away for a long time, but we're going to make it to where he's not. Lena's complaining because now there is someone yelling at her. I see what you did there, Victor. You guys are great. But yeah, so I'm gonna hang out with him. I'm going to go on a walk with him. Probably see if the wife wants to come along, if the mother-in-law wants to come along, and then we're gonna have a pretty chill day. Probably nothing. I'm gonna try and work hard. Whenever I have a lot of success, I try and work hard physically and mentally. So I might take a breather and just focus on my health and focus on my mind. So nothing crazy. I'm not going to probably spend. I did buy some new mugs. I bought a lot of cool mugs. I spent about $100 on some really wild looking mugs that I'm going to have on the show. That's it. That's pretty much it. Nothing nuts. All right, let's see. We do have more data. So again, jobs claims. I never really finished my thoughts. Initial was lower than expected. We were expecting forecast of 247, consensus of 242. We got 227. That's beautiful. Continuing, this is the one Rick didn't like because it was higher than expected, but it's only 1897 and just barely higher. And again, probably mostly government jobs. Who cares? Whatever. It's still working for now. Global manufacturing PMI 47.8. We expected a forecast of 47.6 and a consensus of 47.5, so better than expected. Global services PMI for the S&P, 55.3, 0.3 better than expected for forecast and consensus. New home sales is coming out right now, well, in the next minute. We'll look at that in a second. IWM keeps bouncing off of 50-day SMA. It's possible. I think that's going up too. Dude, I need to work on a store. So that's one of the things I'm going to be adding to. So I'm probably going to do work on the LLC. I need to do a $500,000 transfer to Robinhood because I want to start giving that a go. And then I want to build a store for merch. See if I can get my wife's help in creating some of that and just seeing what you guys like. But I want to get a store too going. So that's another thing I want to get happening here for people who want it. New home sales. Yeah, we need merch. Yeah. That's the goal. We'll work on it. I'll try and do some cool stuff. I need to really think about what I want to make. Definitely some hoodies, definitely mugs, maybe some shirts with bleeped out profanities or sayings. Maybe the bingo card I showed you guys a few times that one of you was so nice enough to make of isms, Jesse isms. We might do something like that too. Have that on a T-shirt. Involve your daughter with the merch store. That would be fun learning experience. You know, she uses CapCut to modify video content and stuff. She's brilliant. She's only 10. She does this all on her own. She just loves it. So, very cool stuff. Between Tesla and SoFi, my retirement age just dropped 10 years. Congrats, Las Vegas Raiders 365. That is cool, dude. I'm happy to hear it, bro. We're going to make so much money, mug or tea. Yeah, I'll get a bunch of merch for you guys. Should I transfer 500,000 of one stock or 500,000 of several stocks? It's up to you on how you do it. I'm probably going to take a couple. Clean Spark. Yeah, we can look. I haven't even looked at, dude, I need to get over here real quick, guys, before this trips. I need to look at what we're actually doing on the watch list today. How are things going? It seems like things are going pretty good. Yeah. MSTU up 13%. Congrats to all holders. SoFi up almost 8%. Congrats to all holders. Other miners up 7%. 6%. 5%. Bitfarm's lagging. I think they're going to catch up in the future. Solana doing all right. Admirable. Palantir up 2%. Congrats to Palantir, people. I love it. Hood up 1.8. PayPal up 1.72. I'm going to make so much money. So much money. The numbers haven't quite finished calculating, but oh god, guys, I got to show this to you. Oh my god, I'm over 500,000. I'm up at like 600,000. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, this is one account. This is 60% of my portfolio. Yeah. Dylan says, it's funny how you lose sleep over gains, but sleep like a baby on red days. That's actually true. I do. I do better when it's down because I see the sales, because the things I own, I love. And so it's when I'm making too much money that I become anxious and need to step away. I got to take a picture of this. Oh, sorry, guys. I know I'm not really with it today. It's just, it's been a long day already. Like a long and beautiful day, but a long day nonetheless. I'm just going to post this real quick on X. Get some clout. Got to do the clout chasing, right? That's how we get the community bigger. Hey guys, if you could do me a favor, can you share this and say something nice? If you've made money or something, can you just share that and say something nice? And I will get my portfolio back at the top. I'm just, again, chasing clout, but at least I tell you when I'm chasing clout. I want more people in this group. I want a whole bunch of great people in this group. So whatever you guys can do to help is greatly appreciated. Oh, I think I gotta go, guys. I know it's only been an hour and a half today. My mind is just blown. I need a break. I worked like 13 hours yesterday, and I went to bed at like 1 in the morning, and then got up at 6. So, and woke up a bunch of times in between. So I'm just gonna take a breather. Really appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the market recap. It'll probably be a nice little highlight reel of what could be a really amazing day. And again, I love you guys. I hope a bunch of you are making money alongside of me. And I hope I can continue to provide value for you guys in the years ahead. Even if I get stupid rich, if I hit my 20 to 30 million goal in the next year and a half, I'm still going to do this in some degree. It might not be as frequent, but we'll see if we can get somebody, like we'll do something. Maybe even if it's once a day, 5 days a week, I'll try and do something. I'll try and still do something no matter what, even if I get stupid rich, because I do want to help. I'll probably spend more time on the big picture, though, and less time on the busy work, and I'll see if I can get somebody to help with all that. But I love you guys. If you could support me in this post, and again, replies are huge, sharing is huge, and liking is huge. If you could do all those things, do it in that order, though, because replying is the most important. It's a 17.5x multiplier. Sharing broadens the audience, but the replies are the big thing, and then hit the likes. All of it helps, man. But I love you guys. I look forward to seeing you this afternoon, and let's have fun together and have a bunch of success, because there's no point in having a bunch of success and enjoying it by yourself. I'm going to go out, I think, on this one again, guys, with, I don't even know what to go out with. You know what? I do know what to go out with. I think I have an idea what I want to go out with. Let me find it real quick here. I do have to, it might take me a second to find, but I do want to find it because it's a good one and it speaks to my heart, and those are the best. Let me just find it real quick here. I got so much crap. Let me see. YouTube. So much crap in here. I listen to a variety, and then it looks like my daughter's crap is in here too. Probably shouldn't show that. Let me see here. Driving YouTube playlist. Okay, cool. Let me get into here. I can't play that because I'll get copyrighted. Well, I guess I won't because I'm not really here, but I want to play this one, guys. I played this one a bunch of times. I feel like people just kind of glance past it and don't really hear the message. Listen to the message in this. Listen to what we can do to make the world a better place. Let's have a Star Trek future, not a Star Wars future. And this video is a great representation of how we can do that. And so I really encourage you to take some time to listen to it, the message. Love you guys. See you at 3.
With time, a seed becomes a tree, sheltering us. With time, a skill becomes a talent, empowering us. With time, a technology becomes a tool, enhancing us. By nature, time gives value to almost everything, yet the very thing our society gives value to, our money, loses value over time. This paradox warps our reality by defying the laws of nature, and it stems from the belief that $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow, meaning money must always lose value. We built our reality off of this model. Time value of money, we call it, but in reality, this is just dogma. Since we can keep making more of it, we end up destroying our own purchasing power. So we put it in stocks, put it in bonds, put it in land, put it in funds, put it in crypto, put it in gold. But we are not oracles, so what do we know? We know that it's hard to get by. We know some people may never retire. Is time value of money a license that discounts the monetary value of our time? If time is money, how are they moving in different directions? Or working longer for less, we end up just giving away our freedom. Give up liberty for policies, give up our agency to the authorities. Because when our foundation is built on complexity, we simplify humans by giving up our humanity. Reality check, we've strayed too far from the truth. The world economy's a wreck when 1 + 1 no longer equals to 2. And if life's created from the truth, along the way something got screwed, and we let our own dogma subjectify value. We divorce action from consequence. We defy the law of physics when we make scarcity infinite. We disregard the language of mathematics. So our systems are built in a fallacy. Our society's based in a fantasy. In the absence of truth, we're living in the shadows of our own reality. And that's the root problem. Man-made rules can be broken. As our trust crumbles, so does the progress of our civilization. But one thing remains constant. No one can cheat nature. So why not use it to architect a stronger base layer? The most beautiful buildings engineered based on these consequences. Natural law drives rigor needed to build something enduring and compromising on principles that accounts for the flaws. Because when our lives are at stake, the gravity of truth cannot be ignored. So if our monetary systems were designed like structures, it would embody energy and matter so the money itself matters. An unbreakable limit enforced by costliness of creation ensures the structure holds value for many generations. A rule-based system governed by maths builds a transparent ecosystem that can self-error correct. With no one in charge, no words are taken as fact. Only work from computation can actualize truth of timestamps, and like water flowing off a cliff down the path of gravity, computational energy makes time flow one way only. It is this irreversibility which gives value to our money by upholding consensus and scarcity to create one shared reality. Now the map is the territory. Now we're working with high fidelity. Now money is truthfully time and energy bound by finality. Now we have the ability to manifest each of our dreams and build a world that is much more reflective of all of our needs. And that's the purpose of money. Merely a tool to shape our reality, merely a function to harness and express individuality, just a way to live freely, just a means for possibility. When we build on integrity, we enhance the beauty of humanity. The most beautiful societies are built from diversity of our thoughts that come to life when we're empowered individually. Because when our money tomorrow is worth more than today, we shift from predicting to creating the future ourselves. And when our money grows in value, we grow thoughtful in how we use it. Natural law drives rigor needed to fund something enduring, something truly worth it, something that pushes notion is the sky's limit, something only possible when our real value and consequence exist in boundless virtual dimensions. Imagine potential creations, fueled by monetary life force, lasting for many generations. We will venture into new territories and unleash these possibilities once we learn to embrace the truth of our reality.